your host.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Living the Dream. I'm your host and executive producer, Gregory Tucker. Today's theme is based on health and wellness. Health and wellness plays a major part in our economy. If our workforce is ill, it's a ripple effect. We have entrepreneur from the Far East. She'll be discussing Thai massage as well as yoga and other Far East modalities that lend themselves for us to a more productive, well-balanced self. We also have a local doctor. Her name is Tanisha Richmond. She'll be discussing the importance of taking care of your feet. We have our other experts sharing information that will improve whether you're a job seeker or a small business owner. Information we hope will be of value and make your business or your experiences, your life, much better. Again, welcome to this episode of Living the Dream, and we're off to our first segment.
Hello, my name is Dr. Tanisha Richmond. I'm a podiatrist located in Charles Drew Health Center. I have a foot and ankle clinic which specializes with the foot and ankle. So I do anything that relates to the foot and ankle as far as diabetic foot care, geriatric, sports medicine, and pediatric. I have been in practice since July of 2008. I always knew I wanted to be a physician, but I didn't know what kind. And my mother's a nurse, and she told me about podiatry. And I researched podiatry. I visited 2 physicians in my hometown of Louisiana, home state, and they both went to the same school I went to. And I found it's an excellent field for women, and it gives you a good income as well as a good quality of life. I have a total of 5 employees, 1 other podiatrist, and 4 assistant employees. Well, for podiatry, there's not as many opportunities to join groups or join hospitals. Most podiatrists on average are either in private practices or sometimes group practices under other podiatrists. I think the main challenge of being a business owner and being a physician is you're a dual person. You are a physician, yet I am the CEO, the CFO, I am payroll, I am supply manager, I am accounting, I am everything for my practice, yet I'm still the physician, so I'm taking care of my patients. I'm dealing with their issues and dealing with employee issues and the logistics of my practice. So I'm a dual, well, more than dual, more like an octopus. My hands are all over the place, so I do a lot. I was excited. I had no clue what I was getting into. Really, as far as mentors, very few people give you the truth. I only have one real mentor that will tell me honestly, this is what you're going to have to deal with. The rest kind of want to glaze over and give you the rainbow version of it. So to really comprehend what you're going to do, you have to just go through. Actually, I did work with the SBA. I worked with Pat Newcomb at the Entrepreneurial Center. She did a lot of hands-on work, personal work with me, as well as I attended several of the workshops at the SBA Center, as well as she had other people to assist me. And then I'm also a member of our practice management club for podiatrists, and that was quite helpful. Well, actually, in podiatry school, we took practice management like for a semester, so we had to do a business plan. So I had one, but I was fortunate. My family was able to help me fund my practice. We are a funeral home family, so I'm at one end and they're at the other end of life, and they helped fund my practice. So I was very fortunate in that aspect. Dealing with feet, the foot and ankle, the geriatric population is exploding, and as it explodes, there are fewer and fewer podiatrists coming out of school. So it's unlimited. It's just marketing, getting your name out there, being able to see the amount of patients you're going to get, and having the staff to assist you. So it's really unlimited. I don't see a glass ceiling in the future. I wouldn't say a marketing guru, but people call me that. But because I utilize everything that I have learned. Like with practice management, they taught us about social networking. I have close to like 5,000 friends on Facebook. And then also I was fortunate enough to get a group out of Harvard. They took me on as a class project, and they set up a fan page on Facebook. They set up my Twitter account, my YouTube account. They told me to post things daily on Facebook. So I've done all that, and then I probably do about 100 events a year. So I'm doing health fairs, I do the jazz festivals, I do pretty much, my attitude is if there's feet there, I should be there. So I can be anywhere. And generally I am the only physician, unless I'm at a health fair or something like that. But you're just amazed that, people just walk up, my feet hurt, or my grandmother's feet hurt. So my attitude to marketing is just letting people know you exist. I have to stop like wearing Obama things. I need to wear my stuff. Or instead of wearing the Saints, I need to be wearing my marketing materials to let people know. There's magnets on my cars. I always carry cards. My staff has cards. So I'm very aggressive with my marketing. I tell them, if you don't have a child, this will become your child. This is something people who fail at business don't understand exactly what it takes to have a business. This is something that's 24/7, 365 days a year. And you have to invest everything into it, not just your money, but your time, your energy, your spirit. And you need to, before you go into this, you need to have a team of supportive people around you to support you through this. And if you have to decide, if this person's not going to support me, then they don't need to be around me, because I need only people who are for me, not against me. Because it's a good experience, but you have to really have supportive people there for you. Because sometimes at night, I don't take as much home as I used to, because I was starting to burn myself out. But I do things at home, and when I wake up in the morning, I'm thinking about things that has to be done for that day, and so it's always in the back of my mind. I'm an implant. I came here from Louisiana. Did my residency training at the Dayton VA, my podiatry training up in Cleveland, Ohio. I am the only African American podiatrist in the city of Dayton, as well as the only African American female-owned practice in the city of Dayton. I'm a type 2 diabetic, so I understand all the concerns, questions, issues of being a diabetic. So I think my approach to medicine is more personable, because I'm a patient myself, so I understand what you're going through, your fears and things of that nature. And I feel like I'm a good physician. I give good care. I care about my patients. My staff feels the same way. And I think that pretty much everyone that comes, they enjoy themselves and they come back.
We'll be right back after the break.
Will I always be working weekends just to stay out of debt?
Is a great college for our kids?
Out of the question?
Is the American dream
Out of our reach?
Not if we can help it. We're the National Endowment for Financial Education, a non-profit organization dedicated to helping people just like you get smart about their money. Log on to smartaboutmoney.org today and start taking control of your financial life.
Welcome back.
My name is Whitney Barkley, and I'm a millennial career blogger for therightgirlblog.com. I'm also experienced in career coaching for nonprofits. Today I'm talking to you about how to build your personal brand. Your personal brand is really something that is your personal resume, and it's the things that will allow people to see you for who you are and your expertise. It's very important for you to get involved in is LinkedIn. LinkedIn probably in the last 2 years has become really one of the most popular outlets for people to connect with other professionals. So whether you're a job seeker or of course you're trying to build your influence in an industry, LinkedIn is definitely a great tool to tap into. Now on LinkedIn, you want to make sure that you have a completed profile. So that of course make sure that you have a profile picture, because people 9 times out of 10 they do not want to connect with a person who is an avatar. So it's very important that you have a professional picture. If you can, go to a professional photographer and ensure that you can kind of get that professional look that you're seeking. In addition to that, you want to make sure that your LinkedIn personal link is actually personalized. There is a way that you can go into your settings and make sure that when people go to linkedin.com, they can actually click on your particular name, and a Google search will actually pull up your name when someone does a search on you as well. In addition, on LinkedIn, it's very important to fill out your summary portion. Now that summary really defines your personality, your experiences, and the reason that you're actually on LinkedIn. Whether you're just on LinkedIn to connect, or if you want to share articles within the industry, or if you are actually a job seeker, the summary is really where you capture what you're trying to do. But you want to be sure that your summary is brief and it's not too long, as you're able to elaborate on your experiences in the work experience section. Also on LinkedIn, you want to make sure that you involve yourself with groups. Groups are another way to get involved with other people who are in your industry and to create conversations as well. I would recommend that you only join groups that you highly know that you're going to be active in. Don't join groups just to have groups on your profile, because it makes your profile look kind of weighed down, and it's very important that you're being active within these groups and you're letting everyone know what you are doing. In addition to the groups, make sure the most important thing probably is to seek recommendations from your colleagues, former bosses, or professors, or people who really can recommend your work. A recommendation can go a long way on LinkedIn, because usually most employers, I would say about 70% of employers are actually doing a Google search or a LinkedIn search to see what type of person you are and what your work ethic is like. So it's important that you reach out to these individuals and have them give you those recommendations. Now, LinkedIn has a very generic recommendation, but you really want to make sure that they're elaborating on the things that you want them to. So if you say, hey, Mary Jane, I really would love for you to recommend me on the project that we worked on together, or I really want you to highlight some of my skills and abilities when we worked at XYZ company. These are the things that will really propel you and show people kind of a diversity in your experiences. So recommendations are another thing as well. Now, another thing that LinkedIn has introduced earlier this year is actually the ability to publish blogs. Now before, only influencers were the only people who actually could go on LinkedIn and create blog posts. Now the platform has become open. As of right now, you have to apply to get a blog, but it's well worth the effort. Once you apply for a blog, this is a great way to kind of showcase your thoughts in the industry as well. Blog posts are popularly shared, and if you're familiar with the LinkedIn Pulse, which is kind of LinkedIn's way of populating blog posts from influencers and people who are writing on LinkedIn, that's a great thing to add to your resume as well, because the LinkedIn Pulse is accessed by over 2 million people. One thing that I do want to mention is when you're on LinkedIn, you don't want to connect with everyone. Everyone is not a great connection. Sometimes you'll connect with people and they may try to sell you something, or it may be someone who may try to get you involved in a scam. Believe it or not, it happens on LinkedIn as well as other social networks, so be wary. I believe that quality is better than quantity when you're on LinkedIn, so really look for the quality of people that you are trying to connect with.
Hi, my name is Ponsi, and I am the owner and the founder of Foreverwell Centre here in Dayton, Ohio. I chose the name Foreverwell because of the meaningful that I want everyone to live forever well. Just as simple as that. Forever well, even though nothing is permanent, but as long as we educate our mind, we can all live longer and forever well. I created Forever Well in order to share my knowledge based on my background from the Far East to share with the Western world. I have met a variety of people, such as the monk, who has traveled from Thailand to here in order to teach us meditation, Thai style meditation, walking meditation, sitting meditation. Also astrologist, as well as physical fitness instructor from Zumba all the way to Tai Chi, wide range. This is something that has grown to become my passion. Before, I was not much into health and wellness, but as the timeline progressed, I have grown to become my passion in order to better myself as well as my family and my loved ones. We decided to plan our trip back to Thailand, where it's all started at Wat Po. We both went back to Wat Po in Bangkok, Thailand to learn Thai massage, Rusi Datdun, which is Thai healing yoga, as well as we learned the northern style of massage at Old Medicine Hospital, which was the oldest training and teaching Thai traditional massage in
Welcome to my dream, as I am also in your dream. We are sharing one another's dream. And in this case, in this show, I'm talking to women, but my messages always transcend gender. So, men, you can listen in. It's all about not finding who you are, but discovering who you are. I wrote a book. My first book was endorsed by the late Dr. Miles Monroe, called Become the Perfected Woman in Pursuit of Her Assignment. And I wrote it because there's this problem we have as women, and we really need each other. I found when I was at my lowest of my lowest, it was women that was there for me. So part of the dream we are in is assisting one another to become better and become better at whatever we are reaching towards, because we all have multiple dreams. And in this case, I'm talking about friends. It's not easy to have that many friends, but when you can be a friend, then you will have friends in your life. Dr. Miles Monroe showed me that I had to deal with myself. I had to uncover and get honest with myself. And that's one thing about dreams. You got to confront yourself. You got to deal with yourself. And then you are able to move with compassion with somebody else who may be going through or hurting. It's all about assisting one another in each another's dream. We are part of each other's dream right now. It may feel like a nightmare, but it's not a nightmare. You are living your sum total of your thinking right now, because we attract what we keep thinking and we receive what we believe. And I am receiving you as all the women in the world who's watching this video right now. And man, you can come on board. It's okay. Okay, you're my friend too. But this is targeting women and discovering who you are. Deal with yourself, get honest with yourself. And then in getting honest, you can be honest with other women. Love you all. Thank you. And being a part of my dream as I'm a part of yours.
We'll be right back after the break.
I want to be a pediatrician.
I was hoping to become a chef someday.
As long as there's somebody behind you, pushing you and supporting you, then you feel that you always have the strength to keep going.
Each of our children has hopes and dreams for their future. Help them get there. Become a mentor.
Every one of us has a role to play in making our communities and our country stronger. Discover yours. Go to serve.gov and find the opportunity that works for you. And this message is brought to you by the Corporation for National and Community Service.
Welcome back.
Okay. Well, my name is LaShonda Campbell. My company name is Caring Souls Home Care. We're located in the Dayton area. We service the Montgomery County and different surrounding areas. We do home care, basic care, lawn mowing, house cleaning, everything that the average person does in their home on a daily basis does for themselves, but elderly people may not be able to do that because of illnesses, and that sort of thing. So we kind of help them out. Well, the company has been in existence just about a year. In March it'll be a year. I have 4 part-time employees right now. For 12 years I've been in the medical field, and I found that I have a real heart for caring for people. That's what I do. It's in my blood. So in doing so, when you're dealing with different large companies and that sort of thing, they may be doing what they need to do to care for the people, but there may be different guidelines to where you're not able to do all that you can for that client or patient. Well, startup came out of pocket for myself. I do a lot of outside. I do my part-time job and that sort of thing. So I use all of the funds are coming from me. And here recently I'm doing fundraisers just to kind of get the word out and let them know, get to know me and what kind of goals and aspirations that I have for this company. So I did anticipate that startup capital and that sort of thing would be a milestone to get over. Well, I believe that the advantage that a small company has over a large company would be that everything about my life is invested into this company. A lot of big companies, you clock in, you clock out, you do what you have to do, then you go home. I eat, sleep, and breathe Caring Souls Home Care. So the most important contribution to my success and the success of my company has been my mentors. I have great mentors. One of my mentors, Robbie Howard, she is someone who I can call on and say, hey, what do you think of this? Hey, what do you think of that? And she will tell me, bottom line, kind of help gear me in the right direction. So number one are my mentors. I have an endless supply of people that I can kind of call and bounce ideas off of. I did go to the SBA and did a couple seminars there, so a lot of information gathered there. I also did a micromanagement class through Community Action Partnership. My advice would be to come in with thick skin. A lot of times with me just starting out, things don't go the way that I planned. You get a lot of no's. So, if you come in with kind of your feelings, wearing your feelings, then it's very easy to get discouraged because, if somebody says no or whatever, you can't necessarily fly off the handle and lose control of yourself and lose your integrity. You have to be able to, take that rejection, smile, and thank that person and keep it moving. Well, I try to, as my business grows, I am trying to delegate. And that is something that I have learned, and is that I can't do everything. So, and I can't be everywhere. So I hire those people and I hire people that I trust, and to do the things correctly so that I can work on my business. So, here 85-90% of the time I'm working on my business. That's not to say that, I'm always making checkups and talking, that sort of thing, but I try to commit, 90% on my business. So I try to make the slogan, we care for your souls, to mean we don't only care for your body or your house, we want to care for you. I would like the community to know that Caring Souls Home Care is here to stay, number one. I stress that when we have a client that comes on with us, to know that you have a team that is there for you, not just an aide, not just me. You have a team, you know, and I definitely am open to you know, any kind of constructive criticism, that sort of thing. We don't get our feelings hurt easily, so we're here to stay. We're here to care, you know, for you, your family, friends, you know, whoever it may be. We're going to put 110% into whoever we're caring for.
When I grow up, I want to be a psychologist or a therapist.
I want to be a pediatrician.
I was hoping to become a chef someday.
I want to study law. I don't want to become a lawyer. I want to become a CIA agent.
Young people, I think, do need a mentor because, you know, we don't know everything. And, you know, all the people, they've experienced stuff that we haven't.
I would like to be a baseball player.
As long as there's somebody behind you, pushing you and supporting you, then you feel that you always have the strength to keep going.
Each of our children has hopes and dreams for their future. Help them get there. Become a mentor.
We are this close.
We are this close.
Tutti like models.
This close to making history.
We are this close.
We are this close.
We're this close.
This close to changing the world. We are this close to making sure no child suffers a crippling disease ever again.
We are this close to making history.
We are this close to ending polio.
Because we are this close to ending polio.
We are this close to ending polio.
We are this close
to changing the world.
This close.
All we need is you.
Is you.
It's you.
Is you.
We are this close. This close.
It is so easy to give back.
I don't have a lot of money to help people, but I do have something. I have time.
Get up and do something.
Just imagine how strong a society we could be.
Every one of us has a role to play in making our communities and our country stronger. Discover yours. Help us continue to make a difference in the life of our nation. Go to serve.gov and find the opportunity that works for you. And this message is brought to you by the Corporation for National and Community Service.
Will I always be working weekends just to stay out of debt?
He's a great college for our kids.
Out of the question?
He's the American dream.
Out of our reach?
Not if we can help it. We're the National Endowment for Financial Education, a non-profit organization dedicated to helping people just like you get smart about their money. Log on to smartaboutmoney.org today and start taking control of your financial life.
Well, that marks the end of this episode. I would like to thank you again for inviting us into your space and allowing us to share this information with you. Now, you can do something for us. We appreciate your feedback. That's the only way that we can continuously improve upon this program. So, on the screen, we'll show you a website along with our Facebook. And we ask that you give us feedback so that way we know that what you would like to watch or what information we may be able to share with you. We look forward to hearing from you, and we wish you all success and prosperity. Thank you.